Breaking news, the Dodgers have signed Japanese phenom pitcher Roki Sasaki. We're breaking it all down on an emergency episode of Dodgers Dugout Live.
It's time for Dodger baseball. Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball. The Dodgers are building a dynasty.
You guys wanted a parade? We got a parade! The Dodgers punch back and head to the championship series. Ohtani starts the 50-50 clock. Milky Magic. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone. Start the party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to this emergency episode of Dodgers Dugout Live, the #1 Dodgers show and podcast on YouTube. My name is Doug McKain, credential member of Dodgers Media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA, but let's get right into it. Roki Sasaki has decided, and it is the Los Angeles Dodgers. Roki took to Instagram, and he had this post with the Dodgers hat, and the post read, "I have signed a minor league contract with the Los Angeles Dodgers. It was a very difficult decision, but I will do my best to make the right decision when I look back after my career. I want to slip my sleeve on the Dodgers uniform at the opening conference. Thank you to everyone who has supported me this far." The Dodgers got him. The Dodgers got someone that could go down as one of the best international prospects of all time. Not named Shohei Ohtani. They got someone who is a legitimate ace potential level starter. Someone that could win multiple Cy Youngs. Someone who, looking back, there could be a world where 10 years from now, and Roki Sasaki had the better pitching career with the Dodgers than Shohei Ohtani or Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Not saying that's going to happen. I want that to happen, but that is how talented he is. That is how good of a pitcher Roki Sasaki is. And I think what makes this so satisfying is that this signing isn't because it's the Los Angeles Dodgers or the Los Angeles Deferrals or the team that has an $8.25 billion TV contract and leads the league in attendance, that has a Guggenheim ownership group that is worth over $20 billion. It's not because of that. It's because of what they did a decade plus ago when Andrew Friedman took over as the president of baseball operations and you got back into Japan. This time last year, we had Andrew Friedman on the show, and one thing he made clear to us, he said on the show, and I quote, "We need to get back in the Japanese market." And Yamamoto isn't the only talented pitcher over there. Who is he talking about? He was talking about Roki Sasaki. And Roki Sasaki is someone that's deserving of that phenom status for that reason. Andrew Friedman said to us when we were in Dallas at the winter meetings, quote, "He's a really big priority. He's someone we've watched closely for years. We have tremendous respect for. He's supremely talented, but a guy that is as good as we've seen. He has the ingredients to be one of the best, if not the best pitchers on the planet." So he has said that he thinks that he could be the best pitcher on the planet. And the Dodgers are the team that think they can get him to be that. So let's put this into perspective here. In the last 14 months, a little over a year, the Dodgers have signed Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and now Roki Sasaki. 3 Japanese superstar pitchers. It's truly becoming the Los Angeles Dodgers of Japan. It's truly becoming a team that's international. And we are getting ready for a dynasty. If everyone stays healthy, you legitimately have 5 pitchers in your rotation that would be a number 1 for another team out there. Just put that in perspective. If you had 3, you would have a stacked rotation. If you have 4, it almost feels unfair. They have 5. There could be an NLDS where Roki Sasaki doesn't even pitch because you have Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Tyler Glasnow, Blake Snell, and now Roki Sasaki. And you're getting him for 6 years of team control, 3 minor league years, 3 years of arbitration, in his absolute peak prime, potentially, at age 23, when he's throwing 102 miles per hour, when he has a devastating nightmare splitter that drops 35 inches. And there's a lot of room to grow. Talking to someone before this show, someone within the organization that I was told was, they don't even think that he's even close to peaking as a pitcher, that he has the potential to get that much better when you surround him with the development staff, guys like Mark Pryor and Connor McGinnis and the analytics team. They're going to get the best out of this guy. You're going to see different grips and different shapes on the fastball and the slider, and you're going to see him even improve. It's scary. This Dodgers team is going to be terrifying if everyone stays healthy. The Dodgers just got a $300+ million pitcher in his absolute prime that is not even, that they're going to give for his prime years, and he's not even there yet, for less than $10 million. This is the ultimate cheat code. It feels like it's unfair. I know that people out there, I see fans out there, the Dodgers are ruining baseball. People are crying. Why should I even watch? I'm not even going to watch. You're going to watch. Because when this rockstar Dodgers team comes into town, everyone's going to want to see this team and see if you can beat this team. But it's an unbelievable development for a team that's invested so much in their roster. But it wasn't about that. It wasn't about the money. It was about having a plan in place. And Andrew Friedman playing 4D chess years ago, you get Shohei, that leads to Yamamoto. That leads to Roki Sasaki. Winning is what it's all about. And Roki Sasaki, he took the blue pill, and I think he made the best choice for his career. I think the Dodgers got someone that is going to win at least one Cy Young. He's going to be their version of Paul Skeens, and it's going to be exciting, man. I mean, every time you tune into a Dodger game, you're going to see an ace potentially. It's just unbelievable. But lots to unpack here. Let's get into the super chats. Welcome to an emergency episode. Buckle up, man. This is truly the golden age of Dodger baseball. They do want a dynasty, and this is how you build dynasties, by getting the best players you can in every which way. Free agency, trades, prospects. They have left no stone unturned for the last couple seasons, and you saw a World Series championship in year one, and I guarantee you that Andrew Friedman, that this organization, they're happy about being the Yankees, but they are starving for more World Series titles. But we got to ADK499 Super Chat. Let's give you a charge for that one. Ryan Montas, $10. What's up, Doug? I knew it all along. Never any doubt. Look, if you've been watching this show, I mean, what I see on Monday's show, that everything I was hearing was that the Dodgers were operating with the confidence that they knew they were going to sign Roki Sasaki. I told you guys that they felt that the meeting went great, that Yoshinobu Yamamoto was going to prove crucial in this acquisition because he wants to go to a team that has other Japanese players, right? This time last year, we're like, wait, do Japanese players want to play with each other? Yeah, the best ones actually do for the same team. And to have him in place was absolutely pivotal. We got Steven T, 499, 2023 and 2024 are the greatest MLB off seasons for Dodgers ever. Yeah, I mean, last season, sometimes the sequel isn't better than the original. I mean, it's tough to top Shohei Ohtani, but Godfather 2 is better than Godfather 1, right? In a lot of people's opinions, the sequel might have topped the original based on how this thing turns out, based on what they need. But still, another will top Shohei, but to win a World Series and be all gas, no brakes like they've been, to go out there and add the ace in Blake Snell, to re-sign Teoscar Hernandez, to add a Michael Conforto, to extend a Tommy Edman, bring back Blake Trine, and now Roki Sasaki. Hey, to tie a bow on this offseason, it's about going out there and getting Tanner Scott, and then you're already A++, but then you're getting extra credit and you're A++. So it's just an incredible job by this organization that, like I've said in the past, they are as hungry and committed to winning as any organization in all of professional sports, and today was the latest example. A 199 super chat from Ray Soto. Andrew Friedman needs a bobblehead night. Hey, man, that might not even stop there. Man, might need a statue at this point for Andrew Friedman, who he's going to be a Hall of Fame Hall of Fame president that will be in Cooperstown one day. And I know that he got that big Andrew Friedman smile today because it's been a mission of his to get into Japan, the way that they've developed pitchers, to create this culture in Los Angeles. And it's worked. It's working. And this organization is absolutely firing on all cylinders. Ricardo Moreno, $2 DMAC. I knew he was going to sign here. We got to Joe Sal 14, $99 super chat. Appreciate that. Can't wait for the meltdowns from other fan bases. Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on that. We'll get to that. So much to unpack here, but they cry. They punch in air right now. We'll sip some of those fan base tears right now because they're just not the organization the Dodgers are. Your organization can spend. They can. It's a thing that this organization has built in multiple years. It's not about the money. That's what is so satisfying about this one. Brian Hernandez, $4.99. DMAC, my relationship might be falling apart, but at least my Dodgers aren't. Give you a bro for that one, bro. But Alex 6 Sandoval, $4.99. Japan for the win. Welcome to the Dodgers. Roki of the year. Yep, that's what we've been saying on the show. Hey, I'll say it right now. He is going to win the Roki of the year. He is going to win the Rookie of the Year. He has that kind of potential. Abstract $199. Appreciate that. Now fire the training staff. Okay, I'm gonna give that a organ sound right there because they'll be just fine. It's not team exclusive, right? It's a problem throughout all of Major League Baseball. Grizz $499. LFG, need that Rookie of the Year merch ASAP. Where does he slide into the rotation? DMAC. It's a good question because one thing I've heard when it comes to Roki Sasaki is knowing that they have the type of depth that they do and the frontline starters are already in place. Could you kind of slow play him, soft launch his big league career, keep him in Arizona a little longer, not rush him through necessarily? Because remember, he's on a minor league contract. Remember, they don't even need to put him on the roster right away or anything like that. Do you go that route? Having said that, if Shohei Ohtani is not going to be available to pitch when the Dodgers open their season against the Cubs in Tokyo in March, well, that leaves you with two Japanese aces, Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Roki Sasaki. Gives me goosebumps just thinking about Roki Sasaki making his big league debut in Tokyo. Just imagine that. So for me, I want to see, the meme, just cinema. That's cinema right there. If you get Roki making his debut to start the season. But where does he fit in? I mean, you pick your poison. I think what we saw last season is Tyler Glasnow is the guy who got the ball to start things off, and a lot of that was seniority, right? And Glasnow got the start, and then Yamamoto got the start in game 2. When Shohei Ohtani is back, we know that he's a frontline guy. Blake Snell, he's a frontline guy. I think all these guys know that they're the Avengers, right? They're the dream team. So I don't think that there's going to be this need to, I'm the 1, 2, or 3. It's okay. Everyone's getting their starts. Like I told you yesterday, a part of that meeting that the Dodgers had with Roki Sasaki, they essentially promised him a 6-man rotation, and that was a factor in his decision. So I think it's more of, who's that 6th guy? We know the 5 guys are. Who's that 6th guy? Does Tony Gonsolin step up and take that spot? Does Dustin May come up and look good in spring training, look like he's going to stay healthy? Does Clayton Kershaw re-sign and come back at some point? We know he will, but at what point and what does that mean? Because at this point, Dodgers are running a 50-man rotation at this point, right? At this point, you look at the depth that they do have, they certainly have options. And look, I mean, being, a lifelong Dodger fan, a guy that knows that the roster on paper is very different in January than it is in March, April, May, June, and towards the end of the season, you got to load up. They didn't want to make moves at the deadline. This is a way to do that. Have as much talent as possible. Richard Appleby, $10. Booyah, Sasaki. Give you a nice little home run there. We got Donald Gill. How optimistic are you on rotation health? I mean, like we talked about, look, like I've said in the past, the reason why I think the Dodgers get more injuries than other teams is because they have better pitchers. Better pitchers throw harder with more spin. So, look, there's no way to tell, but the good thing is, all of these guys don't have to make 25 and 30 starts. You don't. You can live off 20 and 25 starts in a 6-man rotation. You don't need 150 to 200 innings of work. You are fine with 120, 150 for some guys, 100 innings for some guys. You're going to have them use some of their younger guys in spot starts. You're going to see that throughout the season. So I think that part of what the Dodgers can control from a way to mitigate the injuries is seeing what a six-man rotation throughout the entire season could possibly do to limit those injuries. Some people have differing theories. Some people, like Max Scherzer a couple years ago, for example, he wanted to make sure he got his normal rest. Didn't want to be on longer rest. Trevor Bauer a couple years ago said the same way. There's different opinions towards how that impacts health. But, I mean, look, how many bullets you got, right? I mean, it's kind of the parading theory with that, too. So, I mean, how many times can you throw 102 in a season? But the most important thing is that they have the depth to absorb an injury here or there, even if you go past those aces. A 199 super chat. Appreciate that. We got Richard. 499. This ought to cover Roki's contract this year for those crying about a salary cap and can't keep getting away with this. LMAO. No shoey for Sasaki, D-Mac. Oh, that's messed up, man. They're calling me out. Bro. No, man, I don't have any beer here, man. Or do I? Or do I?
Finish him.
I promise you guys, a Sasaki shoey.
Oh my God.
When you get an ace, a player like Sasaki, who could go down as one of the best pitchers ever, so with that kind of potential, you better believe he's getting two shoeys. So absolutely, there's your shoe. You want a shoe? There you go, man. I'm going to need some of that international bonus pool money for a new pair of Jordans, but it's all good, baby. Anything for the Dodgers, anything for Roki Sasaki. We got Raw Robles, 499, more aces than a deck of cards. I love it. I mean, I already think we should call him the murderer's rotation. IV, 199, having Saki to celebrate Sasaki, give you some love there. You let's go Dodgers. Zeppelin, 27901. We now have Snellzilla and Team Japan. King Ghidorah, I love that one. Blue Star, 499. Spring training is going to be so electric. I mean, think about that. Just early look ahead. Not only do you get to see Roki Sasaki on the mound for the first time in Dodger Blue, you get to see Shohei Ohtani pitching for the first time. You get to see Blake Snell pitching for the first time. You get to see all of these guys that really could go down in history as one of the best eras. I mean, you could put this Dodgers team with teams like the Murderers Row Yankees and just some of the great teams you've ever seen. The 90s Braves, I think you could already make a case they're going to surpass that pretty quickly here. The late 90s, early 2000s Yankees, but it's going to give you an idea just kind of how dominant he was in his career with Japan. He had a 2.02 ERA in 4 seasons. An ERA around 2 in 4 seasons in Japan for the Chiba Lotte Marines. 524 strikeouts, 91 walks, 414 and 2/3 innings of work. Last season, a 2.35 ERA in 18 starts, 129 punch-outs to 35 walks in 111 innings. He's just 23. He's an absolute major league ready pitcher. He's got the prime ahead of him, but still his current state is better than a lot of pitchers' primes, in my opinion. And yeah, I think what makes this one interesting is wasn't a true free agent like Yamamoto was last season. He's an international amateur. He's subjected to Major League Baseball's restrictive bonus pool. So, like I said, you're getting that Lamborghini at the price of a Nissan Altima, but that Altima is not an Altima, right? It has the quality. It's going to drive like a Lamborghini because of the velocity that he has and what he has the potential to bring. But yeah, now we can start the part where I see you guys trolling the Padres. Look, I don't even think, I mean, oh, cool. What I say great. He accepted the Padres gift basket. That's what he did, right? Great. He was polite and he took their merch. I told you that we're going to look at that Padres merch situation. Here we go. Roki Sasaki, he probably gave it all back, right? And there's probably a Goodwill somewhere in LA that has all that stuff right now. It was donated probably by him, but the truth is we're going to look back at that like we look back at Kobe's workout with the Celtics gear. We got 199 D-Mac just walked it off with the shoe. He went up, my man. Tony Pereno, $10. Dodger Stadium is now located at Ace Place. Where's Ace Hardware? It's time for a group endorsement with this rotation. Jelly Donut, $2. Break out the Jays, D-Mac. We need a Sasaki Shui. By the way, my feet are freezing right now. We got Kike Mizaki, $10. Oh my God, this Shui is the most disgusting celebration ritual. This is for you, D-Mac, to get some antiseptic later on. I'll give myself a $4.99. Appreciate that. All the whiners and haters can go Saki these balls. Come on, man. Why'd I read that? Why'd I read that? Honestly, like seriously, if you know a Blue Jays fan, give him a hug. Give him a call. Check out on him because they are the Toronto Blue Balls. I mean, the Blue Jays at this point. I mean, the bridesmaid, you feel for them for sure. Roki of the Year incoming from Ivory Makes Music. Alex Six Sandoval, Japan for the win. Welcome to the Dodgers. Roki of the Year. Moro, Snell, Yamamoto, Glasnow, Ohtani, and Sasaki. Allen Valentine. This is awesome. Now bring Kike and Joe Kelly back. How about just the first one? Turbo Sketch Gaming. I'm totally okay with Sasaki running in the minors for a bit before his MLB start. Dodgers are a juggernaut. Yeah, that's what they are. That is how people are viewing them. And I think right now, the most important thing is just realizing that they have hit their A-plus plan this offseason. And you could probably make the case that even if they didn't sign Teoscar or you didn't sign Blake Snell, even if you got Roki coming off a World Series, there's still so much talent within this organization. I think that people need to remember that you're always so happy about the additions, but let's not forget there's so much existing talent, and then you combine them both. That's when you keep things next level. I mean, geez, it's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable what this organization has been able to do. We got D-Mac. When the Dodgers win again, I'm donating my New Balance shoes. I hiked and jogged in it for 10 years for that ultimate shoey J-Kid 323. Man, those would be kind of funky. Maybe World Series if like Austin Barnes hits a walk-off in Game 7. Maybe I'll do that for that. Mr. Casamigos, $5 super chat. D-Mac, is Flaherty re-signing with the Dodgers? Was he waiting for Roki? We building the Avengers. I would say that it was already unlikely that they were going to re-sign Jack Flaherty even before this. Now it's basically a 0% chance just because, look, man, like I said, what do you do? Have like a 50-man rotation. But Noel, we got to check in on the boys, man. We got Noise by Noel. Young Lotto's in the mix. We got Tony Taters. He's excited as always. But, I mean, look, we talked about this guy for a long time. He's another name that we checked off of our wish list, our offseason wish list.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I'm definitely going to go update that hype tweet that I dropped, like, I want to say around Christmas time when you dropped your wish list, bro. I think you...
Santa's been nice to me. Santa's been circling the block for your boy.
I think outside of the Nolan Arenado one, I think you're going to go, like, pretty much 100% from the field, bro. But damn, I mean, we were all just chilling right here. We were about to get another show popping, and then the news broke. We got no cameras over in the writer's room, just yell, "It happens!" We checked his Instagram. Tony got the graphic up for us, and Roki just had to break the news. And you know what I love about him, everybody else on this team, they break the news so politely. He said he can't wait to throw on the fabric of the jersey, and it's like so much aura, bro. This team got unlimited aura. Man, I'm really embracing this villain era, bro. Like, I think they're gonna take over. People are gonna hate. If you hated this team last year, wait till this year.
Oh, they're mad. They're gonna be really, really mad about this one. I mean, it's tough to say some of these things that are actually true, but his ceiling is higher than Clayton Kershaw's was. His ceiling is higher than Yamamoto's. You could say, and I know you guys are probably gonna think I'm like the ultimate Roki Glazer. You could say his ceiling is higher than Ohtani's is as a pitcher. I mean, think about this. I mean, like maybe this is a take, but I do think this is more of a fact than a take. His ceiling is higher than Kershaw, Yamamoto, and Ohtani's. That's how ridiculous this guy's stuff is. I'm not saying he's going to have the same career as Clayton Kershaw. In fact, most likely he won't. Clayton Kershaw is 32 strikeouts away from being just the 20th guy ever and the 4th lefty ever to enter the 3,000 strikeout club. Ohtani, he's been great as a pitcher too. Yamamoto was impressive his first year, but when we're talking about just the pure stuff, it's really, really unbelievable how his phenom status is. I mean, we're talking about someone that he pitched a perfect game, and in that perfect game, he had 19 strikeouts in that perfect game. he was throwing deep into this start, 100.5 miles per hour deep into this start. And it was the first perfect game in almost 30 years in the NPB back on April 10th in 2022. 19 strikeouts, right? 19 strikeouts in a perfect game. The very next game, the very next start, he had a perfect game for 8 innings. And then basically their version of Dave Roberts came out there and took the ball and didn't let him kind of go for it, right? I mean, it was intact for 17 innings at one point. So you're talking about, and of course the NPB hitter's different. There's not saying he's going to pitch a perfect game for the Dodgers, but when you're so good, so young, you can see why everyone in baseball was so excited about the possibility of going out and getting him. I mean, pretty much you look at that forkball. Kind of talk about his pitch mix and those ridiculous splitters. We'll do kind of the top 10 things you need to know about Roki Sasaki. But go on YouTube, go on X, and just look at compilations of that splitter. That splitter is one of the most dominant pitches that we've seen on the international level for a really, really long time. He throws it for a strike almost 70% of the time. Opponents against his splitter were hitting in the 200s OPS. I mean, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And you're going to see that stuff. You're going to see that stuff. And Roki Sasaki, 111 innings last season. I think it was more of, hey, he wants to make sure that he's got everything that he needs from a health standpoint. He doesn't want to empty the tank in Japan. Now, I guess if you find a knock on him, only knock could possibly be you want to refine your mix a little bit, kind of the feel for attacking a big league hitter, but also the durability. He's never pitched more than 130 innings. The most he's ever pitched in a season was 129 1/3, which was back in 2022. Did deal with some arm fatigue, some shoulder fatigue, but had that torn oblique muscle. But still, you haven't had any major injuries. Haven't had any major injuries, and he's basically averaged throughout his career about 17 starts. So if you could get that, maybe 17 to 20 starts, and make sure that he's ready to go for the postseason, I think that's fair. I think that's fair for his rookie year. Like I said, it's the Japanese Paul Skeens, man. I mean, 6'2", velocity, gas. I think the only thing I would say, if I was in that room with Roki and the pitcher development, it's okay. What's the third pitch? What's the third pitch? Because we know the fastball is there. We know that forkball is there, but that's going to be kind of the next big step in his development. That's why it makes you really even that more intrigued about his possibility. I mean, the slider has gotten better. The curveball could be there. I think for him, you'll see him kind of mix and match and experiment with different arm slots to try to find that third pitch. But once he gets that third pitch, it's lights out. It's game over. But
from Jeff Passan and Kylie McDaniel of ESPN. So basically, the Dodgers were able to make a trade with the Phillies that included international bonus pool space. So they got some more money in order to be able to sign Sasaki, is what it sounds like to me.
So there you go. I mean, you go out there and you basically do what the Blue Jays did, but it was just not reported, right? I mean, the Dodgers, they go out there and they find a way to add some more money, and you have the endorsement potential. So did they mention anything about who is included in the deal?
Yes. So Dylan Campbell to the Phillies.
So think about who you're talking about, right? You're talking about no one that you're going to lose sleep over, right? Dylan Campbell is a high A guy. He's an outfielder. I mean, he's not someone that necessarily projects to be a future star with the Dodgers or anything like that. It's just about really showing Roki and making sure that, hey, you're not going to have another team make a move to try to increase their bonus pool money, and you're not going to do the same thing. So that to me it was pretty surprising not to hear anything about that earlier. Makes you wonder how the Dodgers are able to keep this much stuff close to the vest. But someone like a Dylan Campbell, it's kind of like it'll be the answer to a trivia question one day. Who did the Dodgers trade to get more international bonus pool money the day they signed Roki Sasaki? Got a $100 super chat. Gonna give you a nice little comment of the show.
You win. Perfect.
What a time to be a Dodgers fan, D-Mac. Roki is the culmination of years of planning and preparation. The Dodgers are playing 5D chess, light years ahead of the rest of the league. Let the golden age continue. Give you a let's go Dodgers, man. I love it, man. Jose Aguirre, D-Mac, I'm so hyped. I need a Dodger for life. You want a Dodger for life? Okay, this is my favorite new button. My Clayton Kershaw Dodger for life button. Ready?
Dodger for life!
Dodger for life! Give you another one.
Dodger for life!
Oscar Ponce, we going to repeat this year. D-Mac, repeating's hard, but the way to give yourself the best chance is field the best team. They've certainly done that. Grizzly_OSO, $2. Sit with me. Gonborough Dodgers. Okay, we got the JF29 199 super chat. Dodgers fans in 65. This is the best ever. Raymond Renison, $10. Dodgers promised us to be all in. They are true blue. Dodgers blue to their world. I like that. A Pocket Rude Boy says $4.99. D-Mac, push someone with the Dodgers to incorporate some NPB style chants and songs for the pavilions. Would be sick for the playoffs. Make it happen, bruh. You want a bruh? There you go.
Bruh.
That'd be cool. I like that idea. SoCal Stacking, $2. Can the inning count affect Dodgers during awards? Not necessarily during that, but as far as qualifying goes, that's definitely something where it plays a factor. And that's actually really a point to bring up is when it comes to qualifying, you need to, like I said, you need to pitch a certain amount of innings and have that where you're competing with guys. But really, if you sign with the Dodgers, are you signing for individual awards? Most of these guys have been there and won that, right? Yamamoto is someone who I think they're going to be very cautious about because they don't want him to miss time like they did last season. And if that means skipping starts, if that means avoiding going every 6 day, then I think that so be it. Because this team proved last season you could win a World Series by winning 98 games. I think that's something that no one really mentions is we're used to being Mr. June and Mr. July and Mr. August. It's having the lack of Mr. Octobers that had led to a lot of early exits in the postseason in the past. So I think if you sign for the Dodgers, you do it mainly because you know they're going to take care of you and they're going to give you a chance to win. If that means sacrificing some regular season awards and qualifying for those awards, then so be it. All these guys, they want the ultimate prize. We got the chat, Alfredo Olivia. Friedman needs to work for the Lakers. I like that. That'd be too smart of a move for Lakers to do, for sure. Can he do two things? I mean, Shohei can hit and pitch. Maybe he can do two franchises. I bet you the Padres wish that Roki could pitch for them and us, but that's not how things work. I mean, you got to choose one team, right? Alan, $9.99, smoking the Padres pack. Smoking that Padres pack? Give me a finish him for you. How about you, Antonio? You're freaking out over there. Give us your thoughts.
Oh, dude, I'm stoked. Honestly, shout out to Instagram for, having Shohei break the news last year, Roki this year. And honestly, I'm just stoked to get some new footage and new images of Roki and Dodgers gear. I'm so excited. It's a great day. Happy Roki Day, everybody.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. That's kind of one of the first big things is everyone looks good in Dodger blue, but someone like Roki Sasaki, I love how he posted the hat. I will say he did pick a better picture than Shohei did. His picture was a little more high resolution than Shohei's blurred out little LA there for sure. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, we got some more comments. We got thanks Phillies blue fan. If the Dodgers have the fully healthy rotation come the playoffs, I'd move Ohtani to the bullpen and have Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow, and Sasaki lead the rotation in the playoffs. Ohtani's bat is more important. It's an interesting take. I think initially it really depends on how this year has gone for Shohei. If Shohei comes back at some point around May, which is the plan right now, and he looks anything like he did before he had his second Tommy John surgery, well, he's a more experienced starter than someone like a Roki Sasaki. Then potentially, regular season more than Yamamoto. Yamamoto's done in the postseason, but I think it really all depends. And I think if you have him out of the bullpen maybe in a certain spot, well, that will tell you that this organization didn't build the kind of bullpen that they were hoping to build this offseason, right? They brought back Blake Snell. You still have Michael Kopech and Evan Phillips and Alex Vesia and Anthony Bonda and Brusdar Gratterall will be back at some point. They're hoping to add a Tanner Scott. You go to your starters when you don't have the bullpen pieces in place. This bullpen at full strength with the addition of Tanner Scott should have the ability to get it done. Let's not forget the Dogs were one of the big reasons why they won the World Series. Let's not forget the Padres. Yeah, if I'm Roki Sasaki, I'm like, hey, Padres, so what if I go out there and I pitch a no-hitter? You guys went 24 innings without scoring a run against the Dodgers. What am I supposed to do, right? A lot of that was because of the bullpen and how dominant the Dodgers bullpen was. So I think it's more of you're right, though. It is going to be an interesting conversation, but I'll be happy to have that conversation. That's the ultimate champagne problem that, unfortunately, this organization hasn't been able to have for the last couple of seasons. If we get to October and every single one of these starting pitchers that's in this rotation on paper to start the season now is still healthy and ready to go, hey, if one person has to sit for a whole series, then so be it. But I'll believe it when I see it. Just keeping it 100 with you guys. Dan C, 199. D-Mac, give me a Dodgers for life. Man, Tony, people love that, don't they? There you go. You get two. Two for the price of one. Delirium 9, I think we can bring in a new Japanese cheer girls for pregame festivities. You guys are going all out on the cheering. Stephen Blevins, I need a Roki jersey now. Ronald Pasquale, Roki wearing 21 too soon. Yeah, I was thinking that myself. The number that he'll end up wearing, that'll be a really interesting choice to see that and what number he'll ultimately choose, because we know that number 17 is worn by a one Mr. Shohei Ohtani, and nothing's going to change there. But look, this rotation, it's the embarrassment of pitches. They have that. And this rotation, pure talent, Sasaki, Ohtani, Yamamoto, Glasnow, Snell, Gonsolin, May, it feels like you're playing in a fantasy baseball league and there's only two players in that league. It's that level of dominance. I mean, would MLB The Show even allow a team like this to be assembled? It doesn't feel real, but credit his organization. But yeah, I don't know. Would that be weird? Would that be weird, Noel, to see him in 21 right off the bat?
I think it would look pretty weird, especially just less than half a year removed from the Dodgers winning it all, from Buehler closing it out, all the memories. But hey, sometimes it's only the great players can take on a number like that, and I do think Roki is going to be great. So I think he'd give, out of just courtesy, he would give Buehler a call. Buehler would probably tell him, like, yeah, where you see.
I mean, look, I mean, Buehler's apparently like going to retire a Red Sox legend all of a sudden. He's fallen. He broke up and he fell in love with his new person very quickly here. But yeah, look, the thing about this too is I know baseball is freaking out. Dodgers ruining baseball. But the truth is he didn't go to the largest pile of money. He could have made more money on paper with the international bonus pool money with the Blue Jays and the Padres, potentially. So the truth is, yes, the endorsement money is going to be there. It would have been there with the Padres a little bit and the Blue Jays a little bit. But the truth is, he chose the Dodgers for reasons other than the money they could give them. So that's the ultimate credit to this organization. 999 Super Chat, Kermit 1. No more hearing about the Padres pitching lab. Ruben Niebla, Darvish, and Nomo, the mentors. Roki came here to be on the Mount Rushmore of Dodgers and not be Jake Peavy. Yeah, I mean, Jake Peavy's pretty much their best starter right now when you kind of think about it. But certainly, and look, like I said, look, did I not say he was going to be a Dodger? Did I not predict he would sign here? Have I not pretty much given you everything I've known ever since we went to Dallas? And, I was there when Andrew Friedman told us these quotes about Roki Sasaki and just talking to Andrew Friedman about Roki Sasaki. It was very clear. I don't think that Andrew Friedman would have said the things that he said about Roki if he wasn't confident about the Dodgers' chances of ultimately signing him. Because do you want to call someone the best pitcher in the world potentially and have him sign with another team? Hell no. Because imagine if you're a Padres fan right now and you had signed Roki, you're probably saying, Andrew Friedman, the Dodgers guy, said he was going to be the best in the world. Oh, man, it's going to make that loss feel even worse, right? They knew. This is, if you want to call this anticlimactic, If you want to call this the obvious choice, if you want to say it went chalk, it did. And that's why this is no surprise at all whatsoever. If you're the Padres, you picked the wrong time to have a messy organization right now. The perception for them isn't, oh, we are winning. We're all in on winning. Nope. It's not. It isn't. For sure. We got Kermit 1, $9.99. No more hearing about the Padres. We got the Starman, $5.99. Mike Sirota. Sean Salazar, a Big Doug. I just want to say, bro, you broke the news to me. Your Dodgers Nation post on YouTube broke the news to me. Thank you. And bleed blue, brother. Go have a beer and shot of sake, bro. LOL. Breaking LeBron James to join the Dodgers. It's a beautiful thing, guys. It's a beautiful thing. And hopefully we'll get the press conference early next week at some point. I'll be in attendance, and it'll be a lot to talk about in that one. And I think what's cool about this is we get to see this development from start to finish. With Shohei Ohtani, he started with the Angels, and then we got him for his best years. We certainly did, but we get to see Roki Sasaki from start to finish. He's our guy if you're a Dodgers fan, and you get to experience the ups and downs, but there's something about, he almost is going to feel like a homegrown talent in my eyes. And as the Dodgers continue to pick up pieces and acquire guys through trades, even like the Tommy Edmonds now, right? Even some of the players you might consider role players on this team haven't been homegrown guys. But it's going to feel, in my estimation, that it's going to feel almost like a homegrown type of talent. David Bruh said, the Dodgers MLB The Show live series collection about to cost $1 million, LMAO. No, it's going to break the game, dude. Like, it really is. The Dodgers are the ultimate final boss energy team right now. Thanos Dodgers not ruining baseball. Dodgers setting the gold standards for other cheapstake owners to start reinvesting earnings into building up their teams. Yeah, I always say this. If you were going to write an angry Karen type of email to the Dodgers, right? You guys are ruining baseball, the deferrals, you buy all your players, blah, 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 blah. If you would just take that same email you're about to write to the Dodgers and change the team to your team, it could get the same message across to absolutely helping this problem. And the problem is not the Dodgers. Really, the Dodgers are the best thing that's happening for baseball. The Dodgers are making baseball as relevant as it's been in years. Last season, the World Series, 16 million people watching Game 1 of the World Series domestically. 16 million people. 29 million people worldwide. Think about that. There's more people that watch baseball outside the United States than domestically for the first time in the sport's history. But I got news for you. The baseball still has a lot of work to do. I mean, college football is still outrating baseball right now. And when you have teams like the Dodgers and Yankees at the top, and you got the college football semifinals still getting more viewers domestically, that tells you definitely have some work to do. And I think that dynasties like this definitely help the cause. Brian Alvarez, $9.99. This is not fair. MLB needs to step in. I can't afford all these new Dodgers jerseys. Hey, man, that collection's going to be deep, man. You have one you can wear every single day. So we got D-Max drunk already. What up, Jose Aguirre? Jake, what a time to be alive. At minimum, the next 5 years are going to be epic. Dodgers for life. Take Torres, what a time to be alive. We got the Golf Crunch. Never forget that Shohei Ohtani's willingness to defer most of his salary made all the Dodgers' key acquisitions possible. Absolutely. I mean, that's why this will go down as the second best contract in recent years. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's actually a good topic when, once all this is over, because Freddie Freeman's 6-year, $162 million, $27 million a year. He's had 3 elite seasons, and he has a grand slam in the World Series. You can make a case that that's in the mix too, but there's so many to choose from. But yeah, it all starts with Shohei Ohtani deferring 97% of his contract. And like I said, the same way that Roki Sasaki technically chose the team that could give him the least amount of money between the Padres, Dodgers, and the Blue Jays, Shohei Ohtani presented that same deal with the deferrals to all the teams that he was interested in signing with. So at the end of the day, people just have to accept that these players wanted to be Dodgers. And that's a deep reason. There's a lot of different reasons and more nuance than just, oh, they paid him that kind of money. They want to win. They want to be a part of this team, want to be a part of this community, the city. And he's another example why. We got $10 from Donnie Hollywood. Sasaki Shui bombs all night, baby. I'll give you a nice little comment to the show, man. I gotta get the Sasaki Shui bomb happening there. Po Chen Lai can't say Dodgers are running baseball when this isn't even about money. They are simply the gold standard, like the Yankees of the 90s. Michael Milan, Andrew Friedman is a dynasty builder. We are set to become one for the ages. And this was the cycle of Andrew Friedman at work. When it gets radio silent, that's how you know something is going to pop off. When you start to see people posting the meme where it's the dude poking the dude saying do something, that's when you know that the Dodgers are lurking, a move is done, no one's saying anything. And look, Andrew Friedman only speaks when it's time to say checkmate, and this was the checkmate. And he's playing 40 chess on the league. We got the Jap Angeles Dodgers. Let's go. That's from YS Kim Jersey. Walcott D-Mac, I love you and your show. The best sports spot on YouTube. Thank you, Jersey. I really appreciate that. And by the way, if you guys like sports shows, we got a new show coming up called The Big Lead, which we're going to be debuting next week, where I talk all sports, the NBA, the NFL. If it's a hot story, if it's a big story in the world of sports, we'll be talking about it over at The Big Lead. So I'll give you guys some more info on Monday. So it's an exciting new adventure opportunity for me, a new show. And we'll be talking a lot of baseball because the Dodgers are going to be one of the big leads in sports for the foreseeable future. But, yep, guys, we'll do another live if anything else breaks, any more information on this. But it's great to get all of you guys' reaction. The excitement level is at a 10. It's at a 10. The Dodgers continue to crank that volume up higher and higher and higher, just collecting infinity stones. I mean, they're collecting these Japanese superstar pitchers like they're Pokemon cards. I mean, it's ridiculous what they've built in LA, and we're going to be tuned in. I mean, you guys are the best fans in the game no matter what, but now you get to really experience something in real time that your kids and grandkids are going to be talking about. I truly do believe that. I know I'm going to be a little dramatic on this show, but in the same way we talk about Babe Ruth, the Murderers Row Yankees, the same way we talk about the Boys of Summer, Pee Wee Reese, Jackie Robinson Dodgers, the same way we talk about the Showtime Lakers, the same way we talk about the 90s Bulls, we will be talking about this era of Dodger baseball led by Shohei Ohtani and led by Andrew Friedman. And today was the start of another chapter for another player and pitcher that has a chance to be one of the best in the sport. To quote more here, Randy Newman is going to be a household name in all the world. It's a nice little comment to the show. I love that. Give you a little charge there. Hold my sake from I'm Sofa King Good. Kenneth Wren. Roki Sasaki made the right decision. Absolutely. I think that pretty much every single person in the chat is a Dodgers fan and would agree with you on that one. If you're a Japanese superstar, you go to the Dodgers. That's what it is. Golden Age Dodger baseball is here. What a time to be alive. We are living it, Dodgers Nation. But that's going to do it, guys. Like I said, we might do a show a little later once we get some more info about the details. I'm going to try to ask around, find some more stuff out about how it all went down. But bottom line, the Dodgers got a $300 million pitcher for less than $10 million, and they have him under team control at an affordable rate for the next 6 years. The Roki Sasaki era is beginning in LA. But that's going to do it, guys. My name is Doug McKain. Follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Now, if you haven't yet, do me a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Also, leave a like on your way out and comment down below. I mean, we'll talk about this more. I mean, baseball being mad, fans being upset. We'll talk a lot. We'll unpack this every which way. But let me know down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on baseball being big mad right now and your reaction to the Dodgers signing Roki Sasaki? We got torches to everyone, especially you, D-Mac. Okay, that's how you know we're falling off the rails here. But thanks again, guys. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. Until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.